Sometimes you see my video and my hair is like all over.
We can squint at the camera.
Like this?
Yeah, like a Clint Eastwood kind of interview. Like it hurts. So it's very bright.
So right now I'm just getting out of my apartment and I'm going to have some drink with my friend. So hey, how's it going, guys? This is my friend Sebastian. Are you like American, but your parents are Polish?
It depends who you ask. America, I'm Polish. In Poland, I'm American.
He is very interesting because he lived in Japan for how long?
2 years?
2 years.
Tokyo, as well as in Kyushu.
Like, overheard you talking to, when was it? Like we went to the conference and then there was this Japanese girl and you're talking to the...
If to Japanese girls, I know how to talk.
Okay, well not to a Japanese guy.
No, because all the Japanese I've learned was while flirting, I think.
Right, that's how
At
you
a business meeting, I am useless.
Let's go. Hello, patrons. A few weeks ago was very warm and now it's getting like colder and colder. I don't know why. Many people requested like what does it look like, Polish food or Polish bars. And right now it's like 4 p.m. I know it's kind of too early, but like it's kind of nice weather and my friend kind of invited it. So we just have I think one beer. There you see a Chopin museum. And behind it, like it's on the top, like you see the Paris of a culture. If you're a stranger, a foreigner, and if you go to Poland, one thing you have to be careful about is like do not like jaywalk or anything. You have to stop and right. If you go to America or France or I think in Italy too, but like nobody cares about like the red light or green lights because you know there's no cars. You just go for it. But in Poland. It seems like a lot of people are stopping on the red light. I like this monument. I don't know what it is, but you know, looks nice. I don't know. So you're saying a very interesting thing. The Polish weather is not predictable.
Yes, because it can go between rain and sun like that.
Yeah.
This is the worst weather I've seen in Warsaw, for sure.
Yeah.
Like in the whole world.
Warsaw is the worst?
Well, I mean, I haven't been to places where they have typhoons and everything, but
right.
So far, the places I've lived in, like for example, winter lasts 8 months. Like it's cold for 8 months out of the year.
But this winter was not that bad. Like, I mean, I didn't.
It wasn't freezing, but it was not pleasant.
Thames waterfall. Okay.
See, that makes it worth drinking Tiskia.
Right.
Tiskia regular prices are expensive. They should. A real country would have happy hour for everything.
Like France.
Any Western country.
I didn't mean that way. I mean like a real wine drinking country.
Even though California has wine. But you don't think of wine, but still, happy hour means everything is half off, usually. Tiskia is like the worst beer.
Tiskia is the worst beer? I never know.
Well, Perła is the worst, but...
How's Żywiec?
Żywiec is pretty good, but it's about the same as Tiskia. I guess if someone were to like ask me to like compare different countries, I would say the style of beer here is kind of like the Czech style, but Czech beer is better.
Hey, can I use this for YouTube? Like,
you want?
You're bitching about Polish beer, so like...
Always. The truth will set you free.
Right. Yeah, but I guess like you're a very critical person.
Well,
so...
Oh, dziękuję.
Holy shit.
Yeah, right?
Dziękuję.
This would be better, right?
Right.
See, look at this.
Look at this. This is 13 zloty, this is 10 zloty.
So we'll see who says stupider stuff.
Right. I'm like a very camera shy, to be honest, yeah.
I wouldn't call myself camera shy, I would call myself in a way that I notice the camera. Yes, actually my sister did a little bit of that, and she is one of those who, when making the video, she just talks, and then whatever's usable, she cuts and pastes.
Right.
So you have like the kind of like jerk editing.
Yeah,
which is
jerk editing.
Well, it works in a YouTube sense because everyone does that, so that it has that quick cut sort of thing because you don't have multiple camera angles.
I want to talk about why I started doing a vlog.
Sure.
Because I have never watched vlog on YouTube.
A vlog could be a different thing than a vlog.
Yeah, well, like, you know, but like I know it's a new type of format to, like, you know, tell the world what you think. But like more stuff I watched on YouTube was a prank, like, you know, a social experiment and stuff. Or
that's why you would go and ask people if they speak Japanese in Japanese on the street in Poland.
There you go. I did that,
video,
and then also like an interview. Like, you know, I want to Like, cultural difference is like very interesting for me. Say my friend, he kind of convinced me to do it. Told me he always watched the vlog. It's very interesting, like, especially like travelers, from different culture and go to different world, and they talk about like what they see in this country.
See, the thing I've noticed about your videos is that you tend to mix either English, Japanese, and Polish, or like Japanese, Polish, French.
Yeah,
you try to make it multicultural in every video.
That's the idea,
So you get 3 times the viewers, right?
Not really.
Well, what about French? Do you speak French in any videos?
Some I have a playlist which called Culture Française. It's like
Sounds French.
Yeah, usually I speak in French. This is the juxtaposing for a new apartment and very old apartment. So I'm passing the park. This is my favorite park. So I'm coming up to Old Town. The place I live, it's called Powiśle, which is like very nice, very close to the center, very quiet area. I feel like a little bit like a bourgeois. Every time I have to come to the Old Town, I have to climb up the hill, because the hill is like a very steep. You see, like, so I have to come up, and which is sometimes a pain in the ass, but can't help it. See that? So many mosquitoes here. Poland, there's so many mosquitoes in here in summer.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Hey man, I'm like half down.
Well, no, not even close.
This much wine, I can finish like this.
Yeah. Actually, I realized you can go through a bottle of wine because it's like 4 glasses, really.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't realize, because like 8 glasses of wine, it just goes down, right? Like but 8 glasses of water,
it's harder. It proves the point that beer and alcohol is cleaner and safer than water in some countries.
It does.
Actually, until very recently, I think people drank vodka and beer more than water because it was cleaner.
Right.
For example, in India, my teacher who goes there often told me that I should drink a little bit of alcohol every day in order to prevent food sickness from like waterborne diseases. Because I'm gonna go in the summer, she told me that drink a little bit of alcohol a day, and then you would be kind of protected against food-borne illnesses. I don't know if that's true or if that's just what they do in India, but easily the water is not as safe as the beer.
Maybe that's why like historically Polish drink that much alcohol.
Or depression. Or the system.
Although
in the 1700s, Middle Ages for sure, beer was definitely safer and cleaner than water. I think in many countries in Europe in the Middle Ages, even until very recent 1800s is how it was. If you're gonna go to a restaurant, spend like 8-10 zloty on a drink, it might as well be alcoholic. Because like 10, beer is 10, what are you gonna choose?
Depends on time of day. And now we are like 4 p.m. but like
that's on the cusp. Yeah. But
that's on the that's kind of reminds me like a next point, because if you're coming from Japan, do not drink tap water.
Yeah, the tap water is very safe in Japan.
It is safe and very clean.
So I don't drink it out of my building, but if you live in a new building, it's safe to drink from the tap.
Okay.
That's what people have said. Of course, bacteria in the stomach of every person is different, right?
Different.
So if you come from Japan, you've never been abroad, you might have an issue or two.
I'm just talking to just be extra safe, because like
drink beer or bottled water.
Vodka. Helps. I know, like in Japan, like we don't know like how we've been seen by the other side of the world. But like in Poland or France or maybe in the States, like sometimes Japan or they depict it as like a very crazy country, very extreme.
Szalone.
Szalone, and that means crazy.
I do know that in the West, the game shows are seen as this ridiculous thing, where apparently the Japanese public gets enjoyment out of the pain of the contestants in a game show.
But I don't like how they see in Japan, in Europe, like...
How are you viewed, the people, the culture? How is it viewed in, like, here or in France?
Some TV channels or, like, some, like, reporters completely, they ridicule Japan differently.
Well, in the States, you are our trading partner, so we don't make fun of you.
Or thank you. So, but, like... But I thought like for Europe, we are trading trading partners too.
You're about to actually. There's going to be the new agreement between EU and Japan. The free trade agreement is supposed to come out this year, and it will basically be like, you know, less tariffs, increase of trade between the entire EU and Japan.
So I hope like you guys, EU, like Europeans, you guys step
up your game.
Up your game and stop like making fun of us.
Yeah, I guess we don't make fun of you. Don't make fun of us.
Do we make fun of Europeans?
You make fun of Westerners.
Like how?
I saw a few years ago a airline commercial where they had a Japanese person dressed up with fake blonde hair, fake nose, like a fake big Western nose, and at a certain point he lost it and he became Japanese. I guess because he used the correct airline. I don't know.
The point of the commercial was to ridicule.
No, the point was not.
I would never see like a Japanese person on Japanese TV or make fun of Europeans or like we don't. I thought we don't do it. How other countries make fun of the like the other countries.
That is always an interesting topic.
Yeah. It's not nice, but sometimes
it's natural. I think
it's natural. It's funny.
It's never entirely correct, but it's never entirely wrong.
Right. That's why it's interesting. And
if you do it with good intentions or with neutral intentions,
there you go.
There's nothing wrong.
As long as you have a good intention, it's in that case like you're not like making fun of them completely.
The Japanese are seen by foreign people to be very welcoming. The idea of being like hospitable, right?
Yeah.
Like ie versus what is it? Ie and soto, right? Uchi to tate. What is it? The
本音と建前
Tak. Inside versus outside, right? And on the outside, you view people with respect, of course, because that's the default thing. You view them as respect, certain distance, but also friendliness, like at least on a surface level.
Right.
In Poland, that's non-existent, basically.
You think?
I think.
Poland, there is so many pupas, so many like social things you cannot do or stuff like that.
Are as well. No, there are as well. In Poland, of course, no one's gonna say you're a pain in the ass unless you're really being a pain. But they don't pretend to be friendly.
That's the thing. Yeah.
And I found if you go around Poland, and before you break down the wall, you're going to be met with a distance that's very palpable. You can really feel the distance, the sort of wall. And until you break that wall, they won't really be friendly. Of course, it depends per person.
So it's palpable. It's in the air. You can taste the wall.
Sometimes you can smell it because, especially during the summer, you can smell it. And the reason I think is that there's, of course, this distance, and there are certain things like you say pani, you talk in the third person before you really know someone. So it gives you that sense of respect. There's also no sense of, for example, customer service in the aspect of making the customer feel welcome, in the sense of making a stranger feel he's welcome in a way. So for example, if you would go to a store, of course the person might be friendly, but if they're having a bad day, they have no qualms about frowning.
Right.
And if you meet a person on the street, actually if you bump into someone, you might say przepraszam, you might say excuse me, you might say anything, but you might also not say anything, and both of those are okay. It depends on the person, and the fact that you have this ability to be friendly and formal, or completely ignore the person, ignore a stranger, I think goes back towards the socialist era.
Yeah.
Because in that time, for example, my grandmother told me that someone who lives in the same housing complex as her, who she's seen around, but they don't live in the same exact building, they don't really know each other. Maybe they'll see each other in the store or something, but she would not say hi to that person unless she had a reason. In the US, you see someone one time, two times. The second time you see someone in your housing block, you say, "Oh, hey, how are you? I've seen you before, I think. You live around here, right?" In Poland, it's suspicious, it's weird, it's out of place. And of course it's changing, but the older generation for sure, and even now, the current generation, I think, still has a little bit of that hesitation to talk to someone because it's not expected, it's not normal, and it's a little bit suspicious, as if someone were to come up to you and just start talking to you. Of course, in a bar it's different, maybe even library it's different, like in a school. But on the street, someone talks to you, of course, they might need directions, they might want to meet you, but the first thing that usually would go through your head is, what does this person want from me? Je vais montrer comment on fait un French kiss.
Oh, but you're cute, so.
Thank you very much. It's for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
I can
you
hug you.
Well, you gotta.
La baguette et le fromage.
C'est tout?
Bah. No.
Will you be my Valentine?
It's a joke.
No,
It's a prank, bro.
No, I just want to be alone tonight. And you know, you're gonna make one boy happy.